hell's going on?
Mayor Finn, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Do you want to tell me why you dropped the charges against Todd Manning for murdering Victor Lord Jr.?
I'll take my life, Victor. Take yours.
Todd! Woo-hoo. Have you not heard a word that I've said here?
Hello, gentlemen. Todd and Starr are about to be arraigned for their jailbreak. As soon as that's over, you'll be sentenced.
Taya, wait. Shouldn't we talk about my hearing?
What is there to discuss? You tied my hands when you pled guilty to Irene Manning's murder.
Sorry, I kind of checked out for a minute. I'm a little tense.
Well, you better wake up and start paying attention here.
Yeah, Mom was saying that maybe the judge will take it easy on us today because the murder charge was dropped. Never should have been in jail in the first place because you didn't kill Victor. Todd! Hey! What on earth is wrong with you?
The district attorney and I dropped the charges against Todd Manning due to lack of evidence.
You had an eyewitness.
That's because Jack Manning recanted his statement. See, we're left with nothing.
Well, so, then you should have spent that time more productively and found more evidence.
No, we never should have brought the charges against Manning in the first place. You pushed us into making an arrest, and we had no case.
Well, I had no choice.
Yeah, but you've left Nora and me with no choice either. And Victor Lord's killer, he's still out there.
I don't know what's going on with me.
Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah. I'm really worried about you. That's all.
Well, I can't wait to get home to Hope. I mean, I miss her so much.
And she misses you too, sweetheart, and you're gonna be home really, really soon, okay? So don't you worry about that.
Thanks, Mom.
If our daughter spends one more night in jail, I'll never forgive you. You know that.
Dad, I need you to understand what.
No, I've tried to understand, and I can't. I need you to understand that as your lawyer, there's very little I can do for you now.
I know that.
Do you also know that if you hadn't pled guilty, I could argue that you'd killed Irene in self-defense, or to defend Todd, or 100 other reasons, but no, you've tied my hands. You've made it impossible. Now, excuse me, I have to go get Starr and Todd out of jail. If you haven't found another suspect, that's on you. And I strongly object to you and your wife colluding to make this decision without consulting me first.
I'm the commissioner of police. My wife is the district attorney. Now, nowhere in the law or in our job descriptions do I find an obligation for us to consult with you. Now, I'm sure you have work to do in your office. I think you should go there and do that, and I'm going to do the same thing here.
You can just dismiss me.
No, I think we've said all we have to say.
I disagree. Do you know how I found out that the charges were dropped against Todd Manning? Blanca Morales called me for a comment.
Okay, I want you to feel free to always direct her calls to this office.
No, the point is that you and Nora never should have kept me out of the loop on this. I don't understand what's going on. Is Nora a little bit jealous because you and I flirt occasionally?
No, Kathleen, this is not personal.
Yeah. Well, if I wasn't consulted, I should have at least been told. I was completely blindsided. I should have had a prepared statement and a press conference to make this announcement.
No, that's it. Isn't it? You're not giving me hell because you're invested in the Victor Lord murder case. This is because you're missing out on a photo op.
Oh, Bo, no, really,
No.
come on.
You want camera crews? You want cheering crowds? You want the opportunity to take credit for Todd Manning turning himself in. So, Kathleen, come on, admit it. This is about your re-election.
So, Moss.
Hey, Blair. Why aren't you inside the arraignment?
Well, the judge said I couldn't be there. You here for your sentencing hearing?
Yeah, afraid so.
I hate seeing you out here like this, especially when you don't have to be.
I do.
No, you don't. Will you explain to me why you're doing this, please?
Well, it appears that everyone is here. Ms. Delgado, how do the defendants plead in this matter of Todd Manning's escape from a holding cell at the LPD?
Your Honor, I move that all charges against them be dropped.
What? You're kidding me, right? You're not serious.
Do I need to remind the district attorney that she'll have her turn?
Forgive me, Your Honor, but for counsel to even suggest that the charges be dropped, 2 guards were held at gunpoint. I mean, it was lucky that no one was hurt, let alone killed.
Your Honor, if I may, Mr. Manning believed, quite accurately as it turned out, that Irene Manning, his mother, posed a real threat to his family. Lives were at stake.
And if Mr. Manning and Miss Manning believed there was a credible threat, then they should have come to the police.
Oh, please, no one would have believed us.
Regardless, the people do acknowledge the fact that Miss Manning has no prior criminal record and that she was clearly manipulated by her father into committing a felony with him. So the Commonwealth is willing to drop the charges against Miss Manning if Mr. Manning pleads guilty and serves 2 years in prison.
Absolutely not. I'm the face of this city, and this is a high-profile case.
The only profile that you're worried about is your own. Now, the last time I looked, I'm the police commissioner. I'm not your campaign manager.
Oh, Bo, come on. You can't be that naive. But politics is a fact of life. Now, we could pretend that we never indulge in self-promotion to protect our jobs, but we do.
But the one thing I have never done is put politics before the job.
Of course not. No, that's your whole shtick. I know. You're just an honorable, straight arrow kind of cop, and I think some people might find that quality attractive, but it's not always going to work for you. Eventually, that's going to wear thin.
Well, thank you for the advice, but your reelection, that's your problem. Now, I'm busy. I have a murder to solve, and I'm sorry that I don't have the time to supply you with photo ops.
Is that right? All right, well, if that's the case, then you're fired. Your Honor, Mr. Manning did break out of prison with the help of his daughter. No one is disputing that.
Sounds like a guilty plea to me.
But there were significant extenuating circumstances. Mr. Manning had every reason to believe that his family was in grave danger and that he had to do something desperate in order to protect them.
Even if the defendant had good reason, is irrelevant. The fact remains a crime was committed.
Your Honor, the court needs to consider this man's history. Todd Manning has been terribly wronged. First, by a rogue branch of the government that kept him illegally imprisoned and tortured him for 8 years. Next, by shoddy police work that resulted in his arrest and incarceration for the murder of his brother, a crime he did not commit. Subsequently, Mr. Manning turned himself in and the charges were dropped because the Commonwealth admitted its mistake. Mr. Manning, Your Honor, does not deserve to be unjustly imprisoned for yet a 3rd time.
I need to do this, Blair.
Why? For Todd?
Yeah, that's part of it. Todd lost 8 years of his life because of me. I turned him over to that bitch, Irene. And I never even bothered to figure out what happened to him.
So that's just what you're gonna do? You're gonna take the rap for him, try to make it up to him? You did not kill Irene Manning.
Well, maybe I should have. Either way, there's blood on my hands. There's so much blood on my hands, Blair. You have no idea how many people I killed for that woman. And yes, in the beginning, I thought it was legitimate, even patriotic. I was so far from the truth.
Tomas, you didn't know
Blair,
that.
it was slaughter. Senseless slaughter. And I have never been called to answer for the things I've done. So if paying for Irene's murder is going to make up for all those lives that I took...
It won't. It won't. Tomas, I thought that we had something real and good, or at least I thought that, and you're ready to throw it all away? Wait, I guess I never even bettered you, did I?
What? Are you crazy? I love you, Blair.
Miss Delgado is turning Mr. Manning into a martyr, which is preposterous. He doesn't deserve a medal for manipulating his daughter into committing a felony with him, or endangering her life, or the lives of 2 guards as well.
The law recognizes extenuating circumstances.
And the people were willing to offer a deal, but Miss Delgado wasn't happy with the terms. So now the Commonwealth will rescind the offer. and recommend that this case go to trial. Mr. Manning and Miss Manning will be tried for breaking out of jail and for assaulting 2 guards. And as Miss Manning is an adult, she will be tried as such.
Very well, then. The defendants will enter their plea.
No, look, you want to punish somebody, punish me. You could lock me up and throw away the key, but you leave her alone.
Seriously, Kathleen, you're firing me?
That's right. I mean, clearly we don't have the same priorities. We're always butting heads. I've enjoyed our sparring, I admit it, but it's not good for the city. I am the mayor, after all. Things have changed. I really think this is for the better, so I'll accept your resignation effective immediately.
No, whoa. No, you fired me, so let's call it what it is.
Yeah, that's fine. Have it your way.
Okay. I just want to remind you of something, though. You know, my approval ratings, they're much higher than yours. So good luck when you have to explain to the voters why you canned me.
Dad, don't do this. Please sit down. Listen to your daughter.
You are not putting my daughter on trial. Everything that happened in the jail cell was my fault. I forced her to help me escape. Leave her alone.
Mr. Manning, sit down now. Now, I am sorry, Mr. Manning, Miss Manning, but you have to pay for what you've done.
You love me? Really? How could you do this to me?
Believe me, this is the last thing I want. But if I don't square things up with my conscience for all the terrible things, then what kind of man am I? I felt like I lost my soul a long time ago. If I don't do something drastic to get it back, then I have nothing to offer you.
No, that's not true. You have a soul. You have a beautiful, creative, wonderful soul. I know because I felt it. You have so much that you want to give, and I have so much that I want to give back to you. But how am I going to do that if you throw your life away? If you lock yourself away from me for what? For the rest of your life, maybe.
I have to do this, Blair. You asked me to save him, remember? You were afraid for him. You sent me after him. So that's what I'm doing. I'm saving Todd. For you. Because you asked me to. So I'm asking you to tell me the truth. Is there still some part of you that is just so in love with Todd? True, isn't it? That's why you asked me to save Todd when he went after Irene. Part of you's still in love with him, aren't you?
Hey, what happened? It went well. It did? Well, mostly. Oh, good. Dad and I both pled guilty. Guilty? Yes. But we both got suspended sentences and community service.
Oh my God, that's great.
Well, we're going to be picking up trash on the side of the road, so.
Oh,
Right.
come on, that's pretty great.
I think you got lucky there, Todd. You softened up the judge by taking the fall for Starr.
Told you I wouldn't let our little girl go down for that.
Well, it's a damn good thing.
Am I free to go?
Just a matter of some paperwork.
Tomas, they're ready for us. We need to go now.
Congratulations, Todd.
If you'll excuse me, I need to pack up my office.
Just stop, all right? You're impossible. I can't even fire you and get away with it.
Does that mean that you're rescinding my dismissal?
Correct. Forget that it ever happened, but I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing it for me.
No, I understand completely.
As much as I hate to admit it, you're actually right. The voters would hate me if I fired you. I can't afford to take that risk.
Well, then, come on, but you have to admit, you'd miss me too much if you fired me.
Don't press your luck, Buchanan. There was a time, Bo, when that smile of yours would have let you get away with just about anything, but that was then, and this is now.
Meaning?
Meaning, if you don't find who really killed Victor Lord Jr. by the time I'm reelected, then you will be fired before I'm even sworn in.
Kathleen, if there's anything you know about me, it's gotta be, do not like threats.
Oh, that's not a threat, Bobo. That's promise.
Okay, Starr, we need to go start your process for release.
Okay, good. Oh, I can't wait to get home to my little girl. I'll see you later.
Okay?
Wish Tomas look for me.
I will, sweetheart.
Wish there was something we could do to help him. Okay, you've done enough to get people out of jail. Why don't you go with Nora, okay? Come on. Finally, we're free.
Yes, we are.
That's it. Okay, I need to talk to you.
Why? What's the problem?
I just need to understand why you're free and Tomas isn't.
It is not too late for you to change your plea. Things look pretty intense between you and Blair out there. Forget about me and your family. You've walked away from us before. But are you really ready to walk away from Blair?
So tell me the truth, Todd. Can you really, in good conscience, allow Tomas to be put away for a murder that you committed?